here, Teresa. Not in the inner sanctum.
You've got to tell him.
Give me time.
You've already had a month. Tell him today, Bern.
So, you're busy on Wednesday too?
Mm-hmm. Look, I've got to go. I'm wanted at Sam's.
What about Saturday then, 6 o'clock?
Oh, no can do. Travelling to Manchester.
Oh, good. Fine. So, out of the next 7 days, I'm to have the honour of your company on Friday.
Oh, Friday's extra training.
But Bishop Briggs Women's Cooperative are having the premiere of another country.
It's the Cup.
Well, it can't be the Cup. I need you by my side. I'm giving the vote of thanks.
Impossible. I guaranteed Sam personally of my availability. I can't give him any excuse to pass me over.
Well, if I'm to be called to higher office, I'll need a caring, supportive spouse.
I can get amongst the goals against Cosmo, no problem. All-women team, no style, no discipline. They'll soon find out they can't use their female wiles on me.
Dear Mr. Grice, I was sorry to learn that your Stockport Safari bargain weekend was not to your entire satisfaction. The hotel manager, Mr. Ferrara, maintains that the television set was in perfect working order prior to your occupancy of the room and respectfully suggests that the faults in reception may have occurred after your son and friends used it as a crazy golf facility. What a shame you missed the live United Spurs match. It was a cracker, yours, etc. Hello?
This is a voice from the grave.
No, it's not. We're playing you next weekend.
Listen, I've got a proposition to make.
Miranda, stop. I'm not interested.
You can have anything you want.
I've already got everything I want, thanks.
What the hell kind of candles are they?
They're all they had at the cash and carry, Sam.
We are performing an induction ceremony. No stocking up for a power cut.
Hello, boys. Oh, here's the post, Sam.
Busy day, put it aside.
Lines on the admittance to full membership of Real Falkirk Table Football Club of Christine Buchan. Mister.
Mister?
No one, of course, is suggesting that you in any way resemble a member of the coarser sex. About the candles, by the way.
Can I go on now?
Aye, sir, carry on. I got him to write it especially for you. And afterwards, 12 o'clock in the bar, a wee celebration in your honour, Mrs.
Sir, not Mrs. This is the inner sanctum, not a bridal shower.
Oh, very good, Perry. Point taken.
For God's sake, man, I'm not a creative machine.
Sorry, Mo. Carry on.
The falling leaves in the municipal park. Oh, autumn's coming on. She is among us, who is now a he. Real Falkirk grows ever stronger. October day, the sun is hidden. Birds shiver. Where's the bevy? Would the supplicant step forward?
Do you, Christine Buchan, wish to honour the Constitution of Real Falkirk, to serve its elected manager, to do all in your power to discredit Ajax Ramsgate, and never to allow a woman to come between yourself and the club?
I promise. Thank you. This is the greatest moment in my life.
Let's have your glasses, gentlemen. To go. Chrissy. Don't hold back, Perry. Aha, the new Subutio scene, I see, and I do believe we're a feature.
Now's your chance there, while he's in a good mood.
Well, as he is in such a good mood, best not ruin it, eh, Teresa?
If you don't tell him now, there'll be no point in telling him at all, if you get my drift.
I told you what would happen if we admitted a woman. Subutio scene. The trusted organ of the noble sport of table football reduced to the level of page 3 of the Sun. It's all over the centre spread and above the final results breakdown on page 14. Not a single picture of anyone else. I gave Elton Trelford a special free consultation on his tartar problems, and this is how he repays me.
And you've got to admit, Perry, it's a lot better face than yours.
Female parts are quite clearly suggested at.
So what? You can't play.
Oh, I think this calls for another celebration. After all, Chrissy has put Real Falkirk on the map. Teresa, another bottle of the 10-year-old malt, if you please.
There you go. And don't forget the post.
Ah, bit of letterage from the Subutio Association. Dear Mr. Montgomery, you are required to appear before the disciplinary committee on a charge of gross misconduct arising from events taking place at the All British Challenge Cup draw. This is blatant victimization.
Oh, no.
He did stick a paintbrush in Mulliner's gob, Sam.
An automatic suspension.
Oh, no, we'll have to start playing Perry again.
This is your doing, missus.
Look, Sam, what are you going on about? I wasn't even there.
You didn't have to be. Your pollution covered the wide radius.
Excuse me, this is my daughter you're speaking about, Mr. Montgomery.
Stealing your father's figures before his body was even cold. Taunting me on the eve of the cup draw. Is it any wonder that I became temporarily unbalanced to uncharacteristic bouts of antisocial behaviour?
You have always been thoroughly antisocial as far as my family was concerned. Look at you now, wrecking the lassie's lovely day, stealing all the limelight for yourself, you big spoilt sport.
Bad loser, Sam. Whatever way they slice you.
Yeah?
Miranda, it's Chrissy here. I've changed my mind.
All right, why don't you come down the night before? Can watch us training. We go out. Davy's still around.
Maybe you'll run into it.
You know Pat yet?
Just about.
I'll miss you.
Great place, mister. Had some good times there.
When was that, Pet?
I've no idea.
Chrissy! I wouldn't mind a weekend in Manchester. All I'm doing here is standing in the kitchen watching the tortoise pack it in for the winter.
I must have been there for a fight.
Dennis, why don't we drive Chrissy to Manchester? It'll save Chrissy the petrol money.
It'll be a squash. I've got seed potatoes taking up most of the back seat.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was totally out of order, and you have every right to feel peeved at me. Not to mention aggrieved, disabled, indignant, and not a little hurt.
Oh, thanks.
So that's that. Can you help me with this? I'm preparing my defence for the disciplinary hearing. I could do with your way of lashing words into shape.
Look, I'm sorry, Sam. I'm away to Manchester.
Oh, you're going to get the lowdown on Cosmopolitan, eh? Good idea, Mrs. Mo's on form. I'm not so sure about Tony. Perry's sub.
I'll see you.
Hey. I'm putting you down as anchor leg.
I am the greatest player in Europe. And I'm telling you, missus, there's no one. Absolutely no one. Because I can do it, and you can't. I'm just reminding myself why I'm thinking of doing this.
Do you know why I'm smiling? I've got to smile to keep from throwing up. Look at your footwork. Look at your lineups. Does anyone here actually want to win the cup? Excuse me, is there anyone here interested in Sabuti? Or shall we call it all off and you can join a sewing circle? God, I am so angry. We have got Real Falkirk tomorrow. El Grande Uno. How could you do this to me? You are disgusting. You promised me you would be in that swimming pool by 4:15. And one more thing. There will be no slacking tomorrow. I will have you running around that pitch until flick off.
Hello, Miranda.
Hello, Chrissy.
You going to join us then?
Maybe.
Miranda says you're the best player in the country, and that's counting the men. She says you've got fingers like steel-spine butterflies.
Okay, Dee Dee, carry on. For heaven's sake, get something done about your hair before tomorrow. What are you doing in Falkirk? Only good thing about that dumpster sign saying exit.
It's where I live.
I've known you since you were 18, Chrissy. Wherever you were, Bristol, London or Manchester, the more miles you had between yourself and Falkirk, the happier you were. Yeah, you had an ace position with me. Going steady with a pro footballer. You're the best Sabutio prospect I'd seen, man or girl. You threw it all up because you didn't want to be tied down. So don't give me any of that half and home crap. It's a man, isn't it?
No way.
I knew it. Sam Montgomery.
Never, absolutely not.
I could tell you a thing or two about Sam Montgomery. Falkirk versus Tranmere Occasionals in the Full Members' Cup 10 years ago. Oh, he wouldn't remember me. I was just a little Sabutio crazy substitute. Part of the post-match buffet as far as he was concerned, but I haven't forgotten. And he hasn't changed. Met my friend Valerie when she was refereeing a home counties match at Reading. Took her months to get her form back. Don't even think about Sam Montgomery.
I don't. But... okay. Yeah, there is a man. It's not Sam, though.
Don't tell me you've gone for that hippie creature, McConaughey. He's got a whole ecological system in his hair.
It's Billy Buchan.
What?
I'm going to win the cup for him.
You've got a thing about your father, Chrissy. He's still there. Forget it, he's gone. Like Captain Oates. Chrissy, this is where you belong, at Cosmopolitan Manchester. You can have your messenger job back at no limits, and this time the bike is a BMW. You can play anchor leg every game. You would be official Cosmo coach, and I'll give you free rein on team selection and tactics. You can tell Sam Montgomery where to shove his Real Falkirk.
Okay, I'll come.
Great.
When Falkirk's cup run is over.
That cherub may be sooner than you hope.
Hello, Chrissy. Miranda said you'd be here. I'm your ideal. I'm a football pro. I've got the haircuts, I've got the earring. I'm brighter than the average footballer. Well, slightly.
Look, Davy. You can't reheat a souffle.
Do you really want to know what Sam Montgomery is like these days? Huh? He is overbearing, overindulged, and rated as a member of the human race. He is also over the border. So let's leave him there and get on and enjoying ourselves.
He's also a great player.
Great player? You should have heard how she described him. She said he was like an old dog. Short-tempered, short-sighted, and short-winded. There are times when he should be put down, and I agree with her.
Mum.
So you did.
Look, all I said was that sometimes he gets a wee bit out of condition.
So Speedy Montgomery's had to slow his game down, is he?
Look, I never said that.
Oh, like you never said how pathetic he was.
Come on, Davy, will you buy me a drink?
Take her away! She'll be telling us that Sam Montgomery's going to be the next Pope!
I've just remembered.
What?
How I come to have all these great times in Manchester. Aye, I've cracked it. It was years ago. I can't think how it slipped my mind.
Are you still married to her? Or was there a divorce?
I can't remember details like that.
Well, where did you live?
Wait a minute. Do you think this has got anything to do with it? I should have picked it up years ago, but I could never remember what I wanted it for.
That's your name above a Stockport address. It's a receipt.
A king-size double bed with padded drilling headboard.
You go down to Stockport tomorrow morning before the Cosmos game and find out if she's still there so that we can get the legal position sorted out. And don't you stand any nonsense from her. If you pay for that bed, you're entitled to it. I've been wanting to replace that old thing of Billy's and mine for years.
Your Honour, the defendant stands accused of placing a paintbrush in Mr. Mulner's mouth. No one is denying that such an action indeed took place. But, and I put it to you members of the jury, do we know why this article came to be inserted theretofore? Consider how it was on that fateful day. The memory of his loved one had been cast aside like a used paper handkerchief. The paintbrush lay temptingly at hand. But even then, Your Honour, my client would have desisted had it not been for Mr. Mulliner's calculated gesture of incitement. My lord, it is not for nothing that Sam Montgomery is known in these parts as the man with ice cubes in his veins. My client was goaded into his misdemeanour by a man who knew very well the effects of his actions. Ladies and gentlemen, I rest my case. What the hell is that? It's the speech I'm going to make at the disciplinary hearing.
You're meant to be getting him off the hook, man. No locked up under the Mental Health Act.
All right then, smarty pants. What do you suggest?
Get Mulliner to speak in his defence.
Oh, wonderful.
Mutual self-interest, man. You do him a favour, he'll do one for you, Ken.
Like what?
Offer to transfer me. Mulliner's been tapping me for years. I wouldn't mind. Ramsgate's no a bad place. Handy for France. I could commute, give Subbuteo demonstrations. Maybe even get common market backing for a table football centre of excellence. June and the Waynes could visit me. Only a couple of times a year, Ken. Fares being the price they are. In fact, the more I think of it, the better it gets.
Is that so, wee man?
What have I said now?
So you wouldn't mind playing for Ajax Ramsgate, eh? Oh. Well, that's very generous of you. But whether they'd still fancy you after I've run your fingers through a waste disposal unit is another matter. You traitorous wee torag.
Here in a minute. They probably just got sidetracked.
Don't try and make me feel better. I've been a fool. All that damn stupid talk about that wife you had. The more I think back, it was just a ploy to ditch me. Oh my God, if I ever see him again, he's finished. I will leave him in such a state you wouldn't even feed him to your cat.
Ugh, what the hell? It's only a skin wound. You've only known him for about a month.
That's what pisses me off about him. I've been like a new woman since Billy died. I have enjoyed myself for the first time ever. I have given that man the best 4 weeks of my life.
Once more. Go.
Right. This news is as red hot and earth-shattering as you say it is, because I turned down a freebie in Warrington to come here.
That thing switched on?
Blaze away. the full SP, we are going to walk it.
It's so big.
Right. You could use Brockville for one of its manhole covers.
Yeah, thanks, Miranda. That's interesting. Can I have a word?
Later.
What's up?
Well, Charlie, did you get the feeling we might have played ourselves a hospital pass?
Sam, must speak to you. Alone.
No, I think Chrissy should be present. After all, it's her that this is all about. Have you a comment for Subbuteo Scene about Cosmopolitan Manchester's new signing?
You can't play for them. You can't play for anybody but Falkirk.
I'm sick of you pushing me around, Sam.
Chrissy! Don't go. You're the best man I've got.
Aye, but for how long? Till the next time you get angry with me. Why should she play for a short-tempered, power-hungry, middle-aged Lothario?
Remember where you are, woman.
You're past it, Sam Montgomery. Your stamina's gone.
In the temple of English football.
Everyone knows you're so slow these days you can't play for more than 5 minutes flat out.
Did you tell her that?
See here, Montgomery. You only put her down because you know she's a better player than you. Same as you put Mo down, or any other player who might dare to challenge your supremacy. You're like a stag with broken antlers. It's pathetic, isn't it, Chrissy?
There's your 30 pieces of silver. Now get your kit and go.
Sam, not a good move.
What?
The team's been announced.
Congratulations, you've been recalled. And don't you think about walking out or you'll be joining me before the disciplinary board on Tuesday. You're playing anchor leg against this shitehawk here. And then you can get your kit and go.
Well, not really.
First player.
played great. So you lost. You played great. School girls are like nowadays. Right.
Time's up. Then hands over to him.
Final players, please.
Come on, Hen.
One minute.
Welcome to Cosmopolitan Manchester. Did you? Oh, you said you'd join us when your cup run was over. Yeah. Well. Are you asking me to tank? I wouldn't think you'd want to go all out, would you, darling? I would never tank, even if I was going to join you. You can't back out now. Come on, you've finished at Falkirk. Forever.
Play.
If you ever come back to Cosmopolitan Manchester, you're a charred corpse.
Come on, Hen. Let's go home.
Oh my God, would you look at it? Ben, wake up. Oh, Ben. What a state to get yourself into. Oh, Ben. Did you tell him?
Eh? Not yet, Teresa. I didn't get time.
You've been here all night. How much time do you need? Right. Sam, wake up. Are you ready? Good morning, Sam. Here is the news. See him sitting there. See me sitting here. We are gonna get married.
Who to?
Each other.
Where will you go?
Somewhere new.
Furnishing your answers with a massive detail as usual.
All right.
If I want a pen friend, I'll buy a contact magazine.
Look, I'm sorry, Mum.
Oh, don't worry. I've had 24 years to get used to your wandering ways. When all the other toddlers were down at Freeman Hardy Willis getting measured for their first shoes, you were in Quick Fit, getting fitted with radials.
Well, hello there. It's great to see you. You know, we don't socialise enough outside the game. Oh, sit down, make yourselves at home.
Have you prepared the opening speech for the prosecution, Croucher?
It's right here, Malina.
You know, funnily enough, that is just what I wanted to speak to you about.
I'm sorry, Montgomery. Prosecution and defence not allowed mutual contact before the hearing. SAGB rules.
Oh, how we with all that. Old Miles and I here, we never stood on ceremony, did we, sir? No. You and I get at it like red puppy dogs on the all too rare occasions we collide. In fact, our pleasure at these encounters sometimes gives rise to behaviour which outsiders, not understanding the special bond between us, might be inclined to condemn as being somewhat over-exuberant.
What exactly is it you want, Montgomery?
A good word from you on my behalf would not go unacknowledged.
What brings you down here, Chrissy?
We just came to say goodbye.
Sam's definitely back.
Another outpost of Sam Montgomery's empire.
It's not like that after all. Sam's just putting up the money. Then he's handing it over to a trust. The clubhouse is to be run by members of the community. We had Sam wrong, Chrissy. Where are you off to now?
To square things with Sam.
Good luck then.
McMurdo, an advanced Welsh in the culture of Cadwallader's people. Fanshawe, computer chess.
Checkmate. Dressler, 17th century German, and Miss Dressler's course is one of our most enriching. Should certainly state. Machiavelli, Senior Citizens Art and Therapy Group. Come in. Now, Mr. Machiavelli. A very disturbing report has come to my attention. It seems that instead of committing yourself to the proper execution of your duties under the charter of this college, Section 6, subsection 2A,
provision of facilities for retired citizens of this borough. You've been using the aforementioned retired citizens as an unpaid labour force to improve a property in which you have a personal interest.
The Scout Hut. It was their idea. They're restoring it as the cradle of Falkirk Sabutio.
Well, in that case, I'll have to unrestore
Oh,
it.
but it's...
Look, this is a serious business. These things require a licence, insurance, council improvement grant waiver.
It's only a lick of paint. We're not building the Falkirk Hilton.
Now, well, let me also inform you that the existing sanity has been deemed by the Health and Safety Officer for this borough as unfit for anything but light use.
But it's their life.
Eh?
Do you think they wake up in the morning and say, bravo, another day of basket weaving? Are they determined to finish a raffia mat before they die? Look, it's my Sabutio that keeps them going. Following Real Falkirk, being a part of the excitement, feeling the count with somebody. And you say I'm not committed to this job?
Mr. McAvenny, if you persist, there could be very serious consequences. Okay?
I get the picture.
Good.
The defendant then hurled himself and my client through a window, similar to the one you see here. Then the accused laid about my client with an offensive weapon.
This is very serious misconduct, which must be seen to be punished. Especially with the defendant's appalling record over the years. The onus falls upon us to show our younger members that such behaviour cannot be tolerated under any circumstances.
It is my duty, therefore, to impose upon the defendant the harshest penalty within my power.
Wait!
Oh, God, am I in enough trouble already?
Please, if it's not too late, I'd like to speak for Sam.
Objection!
Objection overruled. Yes, Miss Booker.
Honourable members of the committee, I've known Sam for as long as I can remember. And he might not believe me when I say this. But if I was in trouble, there is no one I'd want more on my side. Ask anyone in Falkirk and they'll tell you the same. About his humaneness, his decency, his commitment to our community, and his determination to use Sabutio as a force for the good. You see, back in the old days, there was no all-British Challenge Cup. I don't even know that there was a Sabutio Association. It was just people like my da and Sam going in there, shouting, right, let's get this thing rolling. They set the standards, they footed the bills, and they dedicated their lives to building up this game that you're all getting your glory from now. Oh, look, I'm sure Sam's a rabble-rouser that everyone makes him out to be. But that's because he wants to see things done right, with honesty, spirit, and passion. Sam Montgomery is our heart, and without him, we wouldn't even be sitting here talking about it.
Well, as I was saying, however, I have taken into account the defendant's excellent record of service to the game. And I propose, therefore, to let him off with a caution.
Excuse me. I think the court should know that before the start of this hearing, a very serious attempt took place to pervert the course of justice. The defendant offered my client a bribe.
As I was saying, a caution and a 2-match suspension starting immediately.
Oh, Christ, what a bummer! That takes me out of the quarter-finals and the semis! I just don't believe this is happening.
I'm sorry, Sam.
The defendant will also pay a fine of £50. This hearing is closed.
We're talking about physical violence with a paintbrush.
I'm not getting away with this, Montgomery.
You're out of the cut, Montgomery, and I'll see you out of Siberia.
You listen. Come on, you two. Now, let's not have a repeat of the last shenanigans. Chrissy!
Where are you going?
Somewhere new.
Did you ever consider Falkirk?